James Daly.
Thank you very much, Miss Elliott. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. As ever, it's a pleasure to take part in any debate that my honourable friend for Stoke-on-Trent North is involved in. I'd just like to say that what you've just heard is what football is about. I am absolutely fed up to the back teeth of football only being taught through the prism of 5 or 6 clubs in the Premier League who think they have a God-given right to dominate football and to decide what other clubs in their vicinity, what happens to them, and the lack of care within English football from those major clubs, from the EFL and from the FA regarding Bury is something that I would not have believed until I became an MP and found out the complete negligence with which the history, hope and passion that's just been displayed here for every single person in Bury were let down, and nobody cared, and still nobody cares in respect of that. I support the call for an independent regulatory body, and if I could just use the example of Bury Football Club to support this. Bury, not very important to the football pyramid, 2 times FA Cup winners, Gig Lane built in 1885, one of the oldest football stadiums in the world, and along with Ashington and Greenwich in London, we produce more English footballers than any other town. Stuart Day took over the club in 2013. 4 years later, wages had jumped threefold to 4.5 million. And this was the point I was making to my honourable friend. So during that same period, the club's revenues grew by less than 50% to 3.2 million. That meant that Bury was spending 140% of their entire turnover on wages. So the club were persistently late paying other clubs, persistently late making loan payments. The EFL and the football regulatory bodies did nothing. When Mr Day's property business collapsed, the club was effectively insolvent. The EFL knew this, the FA knew this and did nothing. What they did do was allow the club to be taken over by a man called Steve Dale, and I would need hours to talk about Steve Dale, but that he took over the club for £1 with no way of funding this club. In that situation, it was a scandal, and it led to my club, or my town's club, being kicked out of the league. And this is not just something that involves Parliament, it involves the passion, and I have seen personally how people in Bury have been affected by the loss of something that for 70, 80 years people have been going to watch it. It's part of their lives, part of their heritage, part of what makes them proud of the town of Bury. And the big Premier League clubs around us did nothing. There was no Manchester United coming knocking on the door saying, what can we do to help? No Manchester City coming on the door. Nothing. No local authority. The fans of Bury have been left to themselves. And I think that the recent debate regarding the EFL Super League was very nice. It suited certain people on TV to be outraged by that. But those same people never defended Bury, never defended AFC Wimbledon, because they don't care. They don't care, and once we have, hopefully, a regulator who can at least give some responsibility to the Football League pyramid that we have, perhaps that care will be back in the system.
Yeah.